Gracie, the doctor will see you shortly. Right this way.
Hey, Gracie.
Hi.
How you feeling today?
I feel good, thanks.
Good to see you.
You too.
Okay, Gracie, we got the results of your biopsy, we looked at your blood work, and we have the results of your CAT scan. We have some bad news to talk about today. First of all, we see a tumor on your cervix, and it's something that we're going to have to deal with.
You know, when my doctor called me back in to discuss my diagnosis, that I didn't know was a diagnosis at the time, it literally was like an out-of-body experience when I found out that I had cervical cancer. I couldn't understand it. I just wanted to leave. And so I remember leaving, and literally they had to tackle me down, take my keys so I wouldn't leave, and call my emergency contact.
Even when I remember it now, it was almost like a fog. My mother was with me at the time. She remembers everything as clear as day.
Starting college is just scary as is, and with a cancer diagnosis, it makes things a little bit more complicated.
No one ever thinks that they're going to be the one that has cancer. You only hear stories about people that have cancer. It's never you that can be affected.
Cancer was the last thing on my mind.
These individuals face very unique challenges. Firstly, you're still struggling with some very basic things about growing up and being a young man or a young woman. You're struggling with your body habitus. You're struggling with your sexuality. You're struggling with the very complex relationships that are built in high school and college. These individuals have a hard time finding people who relate to them. Whether they're ultimately treated in a pediatric center or an adult-based center, they're still going to feel out of place. You're either being treated with 50, 60, 70-year-olds who have cancer, or you're being treated along with pediatric patients, 5, 10-year-olds who have cancer. So how do you find your space? How do you actually interact with people who are going through what you're going through, who know some of the stressors that are now involved? It doesn't owe the stressors that are now involved.
We know you got some bad news, but there's good news today.
We approached East Baltimore Development Inc. about 2.5 years ago and said, we have this need where cancer patients and families need a place to stay. You guys have a lot of inventory of housing that isn't being used. And so we're so excited to announce the UCF Home, but now is more than ever when we need your help to get us to this next chapter. We're going to be taking an entire block in East Baltimore, just a stone's throw away from Johns Hopkins, and just a short drive to many other cancer centers here in Baltimore, and converting them into a facility that so many young patients and families on an annual basis can call home.
Over the years, we've had so many clients who could benefit from a place near their cancer centers, to be with other young adults, to have that peer support. When you have cancer, the whole family has cancer, and the family members and the caregivers really need support as well. So this house will give that to everyone.
I don't have to worry about where am I going to stay for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks of treatment, and how am I going to afford it.
And when you have nonprofits and people who are really focused on helping others, and really where it's not about how much money you make but how you can help, it's just great for the community. And it's great for our young people to see that there's folks who are really focused on helping others.
You can't put a price tag on the support. That really is what this house will do. This house will help really bring a sense of normalcy to young adult patients who are going through cancer.